Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Did you guys see this Jim Rickards post from yesterday? My projection is that Trump will win. Still, it's good to be prepared in case I'm wrong. Looks like Jim Rickards is ready to take off in case something else happens on Tuesday. Well, the crypto market has also reacted. I feel like there's a bit of indecision now. Yesterday we were trading in and around here, so we were hovering below $70,000 per coin for Bitcoin. This is the 1 hour chart, by the way. But in the late afternoon and evening hours, Bitcoin did eventually drop down to 67,800, but rebounding back up. Now, this is not looking like a promising pattern here. This is looking like the inverted pennant pattern, which would denote that Bitcoin could continue to go down. Maybe we will see Bitcoin come down, bounce in this zone over here. That would bring it down to in the $66,000, $67,000 range. I mean, on the hourly, it's looking pretty dismal. However, guys, the overall structure, the overall pattern on the daily is still looking very, very positive. This is still holding up. We're still making these higher lows. So that is positive news. I don't think a lot of the newbies were expecting this, that we would see this this downturn. But overall, this is why you got to look at different time frames on the chart too, just to get a double confirmation, triple confirmation sometimes. Overall, guys, we are still looking very, very bullish. Bitcoin still doing its thing, and because it's election time, this is why. Well, that and probably a few other factors. This is why we're getting this indecisiveness at the 11th hour. But ultimately, Bitcoin butting up against all-time high, getting rejected from all-time high, still making higher lows though, and hopefully we are going to see that higher high being made very, very soon. So neutral sentiment back at 55 here, guys. Bitcoin dominance sliding down a little bit to 59.25. We got the market cap, that's down a little bit, 2.28 trillion. Volume is down as well to 57.4 billion. You can see down here, Bitcoin did take a hit, almost 2% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum is down by 1.79. BNB coin down by 2.25. We got Solana, that is also down by 1.82%. XRP down 2.2%. The rest of the altcoin market is also down. Some cryptocurrencies taking a bigger hit than others. But ultimately, the space is bleeding, and for good reason. I mean, the indecisiveness of what is going to happen on Tuesday, I think, is getting investors a little worried. No fear, though, guys. I've got confidence that 4-year cycle still playing out as it should be, at least as far as I'm concerned. For more information on what I'm doing, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Membership is only $5 a month. I will eventually be upping the price. But for those of you guys getting in now, and for all my Patreon subscribers who are subscribed at that $5 price point, you will be grandfathered in. So the price is not going to change for the people who have stuck with me for the long term. Bitcoin pulls under 68,000 as crypto market falters ahead of election. So these are the headlines that we're reading now. At least according to betting markets, the U.S. presidential election has moved to nearly 50-50. So a 50-50 race versus the outlook for an easy Trump victory just days ago. So they are, it's looking as though, it feels as though they're painting this as negative, whereas, before it was, Trump is going to win and yada yada. Now it's 50-50. Just about 96 hours ago, the price of Bitcoin was within a few dollars of breaking through its all-time high above 73,700, perhaps helped along by a surge in momentum for crypto-friendly GOP candidate Donald Trump. But guys, that has changed. At that time, Trump's victory chances on betting market Polymarket had risen as high as 67%, with his opponent Kamala Harris's chances dropping to a corresponding 33%. Since, though, Trump's odds have been falling, as has the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. At one point overnight, the former president's victory chances declined to less than 53%, with Harris rising to above 47%. Alongside, Bitcoin fell as low as $67,600. At press time, during the U.S. morning hours on Sunday, both Trump and Bitcoin have come back a bit, with Trump sitting at 56% and Bitcoin at 68,300 per coin. So, as they're talking about it in this way that, look how close it is, look how dramatic this downturn is. But again, when we look at the daily chart, guys, this is par for the course. This should not be worrying anybody at this moment. XRP price, as of the time of this recording, is down to under 50 cents per coin. So a great price point, I think, for investors who want to snag up some XRP at that psychological level below 50 cents. I mean, it's been trading in and around 50 cents or in and about 50 cents for a very long time now. And there's been a few times in recent history where it did dip down, but for the majority of time, we have seen XRP above that 50 cent level. So now it's back below 50 cents per coin. The altcoin market not faring, I mean, it does what it does until Bitcoin does what it does. This is the total 3 market cap. So these are all altcoins, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. You can see the altcoin market coming down too on the daily. I'm telling you, the last 6 months have not been that exciting, considering we are in the upper portion of the bull cycle. We just got to be patient, guys, and reap the rewards when the time is right. Good morning, crypto here, posting this. I didn't know we had that much influence. CBS explains how crypto investors could decide the U.S. election. Estimates show that nearly 1 in 5 Americans own crypto, and with many elections being decided by 10,000 votes or less, these votes could have a massive impact this U.S. election cycle. Donald Trump's vice president's election, J.D. Vance, owns between $250,000 and $500,000 in Bitcoin. Which presidential candidate do you believe will be more favorable towards digital assets? So good morning, crypto here. He did post this CBS clip. Listen to this.
Crypto investors. 1 in 5 Americans owns cryptocurrency. And for the first time, those people could sway who becomes president.
Good morning to you both. You know, I find this fascinating because for the first time ever, these crypto investors, they could really move the needle in a presidential election. And a key reason is that crypto has become increasingly more mainstream. How a candidate plans to approach the space could really impact. So on the anywhere between 7 and 21% of Americans have invested in crypto. So on the low end, that's 18 million people. On the high end, that's 50 million people, right? So any way you slice it, that's a lot. Of those, close to 75% said they're going to consider a presidential candidate's stance when voting. So look, this could really play a big role in battleground states. For example, the Stand with Crypto PAC is sending up what they're calling crypto advocates. In Arizona and Georgia, they already have more than 30,000 advocates. That's way more than the number of votes that Biden won in those states by. And because of those potential voters, right, the crypto money is flooding in like we have never seen before. The pro-crypto PAC Fairshake, it's raised over $200 million this cycle. That's one of the top PACs in terms of funds raised. So look, the takeaway here is if crypto owners are single issue voters, they could actually play a role in picking the next president. Okay, so former President Trump has kind of styled himself as the pro-crypto candidate. He has put forth a number of policies, adding Bitcoin as a strategic reserve, which, like, we hold gold, for example. He's also really focused on light touch regulation. VP Harris has not taken an official stance. She has met with industry leaders, but the Biden-Harris administration has been perceived as very anti-crypto by the industry. So I think a lot of the people that I'm talking to are saying, like, look, she hasn't come out and said anything to distance herself from that. So we're not really sure what the administration.
Then the clip cuts off there, but as you guys can see, crypto voters making up quite an important segment of this population. 18 to 50 million Americans own cryptocurrency. And, I don't think they realized how important this is. Don't forget, a lot of young voters that have turned 18 since 2020 are, it's Gen Z. They're interested in cryptocurrency, and now they're eligible to vote. So very interesting times we're finding ourselves in. Wanted to thank Good Morning Crypto for posting that. Now, from the Bitcoin archive, Anders here reposted this fact. Bitcoin is up 240% since Jim Cramer told people to sell in March 2023. A perfect example of do what they do, not what they say.
Bitcoin went up today, and I could argue that now it can't even be held in banks. Bitcoin's a strange animal. I will say point blank, I think it's being manipulated up. It was being manipulated the whole time by Sam Bankman-Fried. So please don't assume, therefore, that it's not still being manipulated. And I would sell my Bitcoin right into this rally. And believe me, I had been a believer one time in Bitcoin. Not here, not.
All right, Jim. All right. So let's just look at how wrong Jim was. March 2023. Sell your Bitcoin, folks. Sell your Bitcoin, according to Jim Rickards. Or sorry, not Jim Rickards, Jim Cramer. That would have brought us in and around here, March 2023. So, even at the best case scenario, manipulated after it did dip down over here, he was suggesting to sell in and around here, I guess, best case scenario. And since then, guys, it has gone up right now, as of the time of this recording, up another 150%. So remember, the world is changing. Governments are saying that they are accumulating cryptocurrencies to store in their coffers. And then there's the utility coins as well. There's going to be a combination of cryptocurrency assets that fuel this new financial system. Smoke here bringing this up, guys. Financial system reset 2025. Biggest changes to our financial architecture since Bretton Woods Conference in 1944. Yes, we are now waiting for Bretton Woods 3.0, while the BRICS nations are launching their new currencies. So they are saying here, this is from a report that Smoke did find the next 10 years, and they were projecting from 2015 to 2025 will bring some of the biggest changes to our financial architecture. I do think that some of that did get off track because of the beer flu. In theory, all debts worldwide could be wiped out on a Sunday afternoon. We could start from scratch with a new balance sheet the next morning. And again, these are just some predictions here. A new reset will simply bring our monetary system to the next phase. The wait is on for Bretton Woods 3.0. And guys, they are in the midst of it. I mean, BRICS nations are already fueling up, getting prepared. BRICS have granted 13 nations partner status. This courtesy of Michael Branch here. They did say 13 nations could have partner status, so not official members, but this is signaling ambitions for wider influence as nations aim to strengthen currency networks and reduce dependence on the US dollar. So the main point remains the same here. The Indian Foreign Ministry spokesperson, he has confirmed that following the recent BRICS summit in Kazan, 13 countries were granted partner status with the economic bloc. He did certify that partner status differs from full membership, stating 13 states have been admitted as partner countries. It was a collective decision of the BRICS nations. So they're almost kind of like affiliates, but not full-fledged partners, at least not yet. Hosted under Russia's leadership, the summit concluded with the adoption of the Kazan Declaration. This gathering marked the first official BRICS meeting attended by Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates as full members. The new member states joined Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa on January the 1st. So guys, this is becoming more and more of a reality as we're starting to see, more nations deciding, no, we want to side with the BRICS nations. We've lost confidence in the West because, and I think a lot of it is because how the U.S. has treated the U.S. dollar, just being able to print it isn't fair to other countries. I mean, it works for the United States and the United States alone. But over the last 100 years or so, other countries around the world have said, no, enough is enough. We are not tolerating this anymore. We want to be part of a new financial system. And, the BRICS, they have said, okay, well, we're starting our own thing. These are our partner nations. And, if you want to join, put in an application. And, I keep telling family members, the BRICS are getting stronger and stronger. I don't think you guys realize. And they're like, no, it'll never happen. They're in this mindset that, everything is going to remain the same until I die and beyond. But no, that is just not happening. So I wanted to thank Michael for posting that. VeChain, guys, just to switch gears a little bit, they have proven real-world vision sets blockchain standards for real-world impact. Courtesy of Eisenreich here. Down here it says, being proactive, VeChain has already identified the potential of real-world assets even before many understood the significance of the concept. This has led to the success of the company due to the provision of global projects where the application of blockchain in real economic transformations has been demonstrated. So, we talk a lot about XRP on this channel and, other cryptocurrencies like XLM. Of course, Bitcoin is kind of the anchor, but there are going to be many, many, many different cryptocurrencies, whether it's Algorand, whether it's XDC, whether it is VeChain or, a handful of others. There are going to be cryptocurrencies that do provide real world utility. And then guys, 99% of these cryptocurrencies are pretty much just going to fall by the wayside and either go to zero or very close to zero with very, very, very little liquidity. And this is why liquidity, I think, is one of the more important things to be focusing on this bull run. Again, for more information, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. So the VeChain company, they have proven some success. They have proven to be successful, as previously reported by Crypto News Flash. VeChain is among the main pioneers within the blockchain market with a concentrate on the Internet of Things and actual real-world asset ownership. So, guys, a sneak peek. This is one of my picks for the $15,000 plus portfolio, and I think this particular cryptocurrency going to do well along with the other altcoins that I do hold. It did perform very well in the last bull run, so I've got a lot of confidence that VeChain will do well this time around as well. Guys, Black Swan Capitalist posted this. In 2023, a leaked report surfaced showing that JP Morgan and BlackRock were quietly accumulating massive amounts of XRP as a long-term play. Now, I happen to see this article from back in September of 2023. This is what Versan was talking about here, where it did state, where did it state it? I think it was, down here. A leaked report, which appears to have come from an anonymous insider within JP Morgan, reveals that the banking giant has quietly accumulated more than 7.5% of its total wealth in XRP. Now, if you guys didn't catch the video I did the other day, when Jamie Dimon said they had been working with blockchain tech for the last 12 years, that coincides with when Ripple, the company, was finally founded, or at least when it became mainstream, when it changed its name. Guys, if you didn't catch that video, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. All this to say, we have to pay attention again. We have to pay attention to what they're doing and not what they're saying, because if we pay attention only to what they're saying, well, I think this clip speaks for itself. Remember to watch what they do, not what they say, courtesy of Smoke here. Listen to this.
And just to rub in the point that what you hear in the press is not the reality. This is the update of the BlackRock ETF, which is called IBIT, the Authorized Representative List. And we thought this was fascinating because in the same week that Goldman Sachs' CIO said there's no purpose to any of this, Goldman Sachs was signing up to be one of the most important partners for BlackRock in the launch of the Bitcoin ETF. And you have to smile because either the CIO of Goldman Sachs doesn't know what she's talking about, or Goldman Sachs is talking out both sides of their strategy at the same time. And we think it's the latter, but it does make you smile. And Citibank the same, by the way.
So Goldman Sachs and Citibank talking out of both sides of their mouth. This is Matthew Lemerle, by the way. So are they accumulating more XRP? It wouldn't be the first time a bank would want to keep their relationship secret with Ripple. Remember, there are over 1,700 NDAs that still not have been, that still aren't public knowledge with regards to Ripple companies that Ripple has partnered with over the last decade or so. So I find this interesting, on top of which this finding did come out as well. Courtesy of Michael Branch here, Coinbase finds over 20 examples of the FDIC telling banks to avoid cryptocurrency. So this was, I think this was from the court case where, cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase has discovered over 20 examples of the United States regulator advising U.S. banks to steer clear of crypto-related banking services. Well, I think you guys remember when Brad Garlinghouse did say that he got debanked by his bank. Yeah, apparently there are 20 examples that were identified by Coinbase's lawyers. The discovery follows Coinbase's filing 2 Freedom of Information Act requests against the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, the U.S. agency insuring bank deposits, demanding they disclose information about the ongoing crypto crackdown among U.S. banks. Paul Gruel did post a tweet here. Slowly but surely, the picture is becoming clear. After we sued the FDIC, finally started giving us information related to our FOIA request about the pause letters it sent to financial institutions as part of Operation Chokepoint 2.0. In short, the contents are a shameful example of a government agency trying to cut off financial access to law-abiding American companies. And Brad Garlinghouse, again, was just one example of that. I will link this in the description of the video for you guys. Again, remember, do as they do, not as they say. We know they're not stupid. We know they understand that this new financial system is going to have a global impact. We know that real-world assets are going to be a thing, whether we hear about partnerships with VeChain or not. People are partnering. Companies around the world are partnering with a lot of these different companies, whether they're American companies, Chinese companies. It kind of doesn't matter because what matters at the end of the day, the cryptocurrency needs to be liquid and it needs to serve a purpose. And Ripple has been working tirelessly to make XRP liquid. A lot of these other companies have been doing the same kind of thing. We see the BRICS partnerships growing as well. But I think in the United States, they've been keeping it close to the vest. They haven't been letting us know. Luckily for us, though, guys, the XRP community is on top of things. Yes, JPM is connected to Ripple's ODL, this courtesy of Smoke here. So this just from a document from Ripple, directly from rippledocs.ripple.com, where you can see JP Morgan Chase Bank is connected directly to RippleNet. So that's the thing, right? Even though we aren't hearing about all these partnerships, just remember in the back of your head, 1,700 NDAs still undisclosed. Ripple and XRP are going to play a large role in this future of finance, even if we don't see these major companies coming out with announcements right away. And I want to keep reiterating, the SPAC market is very, very different than real-world utility. We could, in fact, see real-world utility ramp up by the end of this cycle, by 2025, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.